Basically I'm what you call a travelling clairvoyant medium. Well, this for myself is one of the first, hopefully of many, what I do as a medium. And when I'm working this way, I pick up clairsentiently and psychically of the energies of people that may have worked here or have something to do with this environment or the pub where I'm working. When I pick up like this or pick the energies up, what I then do is clairvoyantly I link in as they are linking in with me. I can describe them, I can pick up the mannerisms, the names, if they give me the names and the anniversaries of when they were here working and the death obviously left this world. And that's the evidence I bring forward for people, a history of the people I'm talking about and talking with as well. And that's my job as a clairvoyant medium, is bringing across proof to people and to give them a higher understanding of the work we do as mediums. We're not about fortune telling, okay? We are very serious in the work we do.
Well, this is going to be really interesting because I've been out and done ghost walks before and done indoor storytelling, bringing the stories to the people about ghosts, not just in York but different parts of the country. I love researching and finding out about different ghost stories. This is my first venture into the actual ghost investigation side. I have had a couple of paranormal, rather unsettling experiences myself in the past. I want to bring an evening that's going to be memorable for people, that's going to give them a chance not just to hear about the stories and be entertained in the theatrical nature, but actually find a way of connecting with the spirit world themselves. Obviously we've got Mark bringing spirit messages, and then the main focus of the evening is going to be for people to take part themselves, to actually be able to use equipment to take part in detecting and searching out if there are changes in the atmosphere, changes in temperature, indication of spirit life around. And we're calling it a ghost watch because it's like keeping watch to see and uncover the real spirits. But we want it to be fun, we want it to be really good value for money, and we want to make sure that people are in safe hands and that they've got a professional team of people on hand to look after them and to enhance the time and let them have the best experience possible. Ghost investigation's not anything new, obviously. It's been around now for quite a few years. There's a lot of people doing it. The kind of line that I'm hoping that we will take, Ghostwatch of York, is to have a more serious investigative side to it, as well as having fun along the way, obviously. We want to take a more scientific approach, so we're going to make sure we have the best state-of-the-art equipment, and we're going to be using a few techniques and a few paranormal tests. You can go on vigils all around the country. There's a lot of companies that do this. I'm not sure that you necessarily get the combination that we're offering all in one night, where we're actually offering mediumship, so a chance for people to connect maybe with spirits of their own family ancestors that have gone on before, so you get a bit of the spiritualist experience as you might do if you went to a spiritualist church, as well as getting the evening looking at the history of the place that you're in, hearing the stories, getting a chance to investigate. And we will also be taking people out on a ghost walk around some spookier parts of the city. I'm going to take people to some very well-known locations in York. If they're not from York, they may not be familiar with them, but there will be some of the most well-known ghost stories, including the one of the Roman soldiers. It is the most famous ghost story in the world, and I've actually met and talked to the man who had that experience. I've sat across from him, and I can tell you that man, he saw ghosts. One of the locations is going to be a graveyard, so if you're a bit freaked out by that, don't worry. You can always sit that one out if you don't particularly want to go into the graveyard. It's on a main road, so you'll be able to sit on the wall, and the rest of you can come in and we'll stand them on the gravestones, and we'll maybe test out some of the handheld equipment we've got while we're there, just to see what the atmosphere's like in that place. Well, I first became a self-styled storyteller in 2003. I did a lot of work in theatre in Leeds, and I went to work at York Dungeon as an actress there, writing my own scripts. And then I decided to do Ghostwatch in York, and I moved to York in 2003, 2002, sort of around about Christmas time. And I started to set up a small ghost walk, but I branched out after that into doing ghost stories indoors, which I don't think anybody else was doing that at the time. And I created the first tour of the haunted pubs, which again nobody seemed to be doing that. It was all sort of ghost walks outdoors. And since then I have become a storyteller. I don't just tell ghost stories, I tell stories about folklore, history, legends, all kinds of stories interest me, and I go around from place to place.
It was an experience when I was 10 years old. Brought me to an awareness of spirits. It was after my mother's death and the funeral, and basically ever since then I felt a spirit, and somebody else with her. I've been aware of spirit basically from 10 years onwards. It was in my mid-20s when I decided I was having lots of experiences, dreams, and I was seeing future events that were coming true, not just my own but world events as well. And I decided to investigate it further by going to a spiritualist church which I'd never ventured into in my life. I thought it was all a load of baloney, and then some reason, somewhere down the line, I got so involved with it, spirit just came so close in my life. I literally started working after doing development circles within the churches, and it was about 2 years within the circles that I started working, and just the doors have opened since, and I've been working ever since, and I've had a lot of experience in churches, working with public one-to-one readings, party bookings, functions, working in pubs as well, and I find it brings a lot to people that obviously wouldn't go to a church. You can bring it to the houses or to wherever they want or feel comfortable in, and it's all about influences of spirit, and everybody has their own understanding about the work we do, and as a medium, obviously we're at the forefront of everybody, and like I say, we are open to a lot of criticism as me, you know, when we're doing our demonstrations, but I've also learned how to not to worry about people's criticism, but to worry about my links with where I'm getting my information from, which is direct from source or from spirit. And as a medium, I work on this level of understanding and bringing the messages across, because to me it's not just about the message, it's where they come from, and it's to do with the people who I'm talking with at the time, bringing the guidance, healing and comfort, because I'm not just a clairvoyant medium, I'm also a spiritual healer as well. And so the two work hand in hand. As I'm working, I get very hot, and people around me sometimes get hot as well. They feel the energies of what I'm working with. And the work I do, it's all about energy. You know, it's all about the unseen, bringing across to people about their life, you know, their past, and bringing across that proof and evidence.
Ah, right.